Hey everybody, Dr. Randy Words. I just looked at my watch and it's after 5 o'clock, meaning it's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's May the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. I think people confuse that with, are getting that confused with Drinko de Mayo. Any chance to chug down a margarita or a Corona and have a good time and kick up the sandals. So pretend, kicked up the heat inside today, pretend you're in Mexico and have a good one and celebrate that way. But some of you are blowing your nose with green boogers, scratchy throat, and you're coughing and wheezing and every little hint of pollen that comes in the air. You look at a flower and your body has a allergic reaction. So your body gets tense. So, I lived this before too. I've had this happen to me before when I was sucking air and doing grass drills in football. I wonder why I was coughing and hacking all the time. It was allergies. Thankfully, chiropractic's helped me a lot with this, where I don't take any medication at all, and really, really helped me breathe so much better. So that's an experience I share to you. But there's another experience I want to share. A couple of kids that came into my office a long time ago. I didn't know. Parents wanted them to be seen. They were complaining like headaches and stuff. I had no idea. I didn't do a good examination. I didn't dive deep. Hey, kid has headaches. I can adjust them, No problems. Well, let's get rid of that. Let's help the kids live better. But it wasn't until mom come in and said, you know what? Pete can go outside again. He doesn't have to stay inside all during the summer. He can actually help on the farm. They can actually go to the fair. Emma, same thing. Emma, she can hear. Her ears aren't blocked up anymore as much as they can. So she didn't have to have any more tube surgeries. And so they were suffering with severe allergies where stuff was just impacted up into their head to the point where they were getting sinus headaches all the time. Nothing was draining out. They sneeze at pollen, or they even rains the next day. They're getting up and down. It gets from cold to warm, cold to warm. It's affecting them up and down, up and down, up and down. And that's where these kids lived. They lived a life inside all the time. They lived on a farm. They couldn't go to the fair. They were upset about that. And on top of that, because of the constant stress they were under, because their body was so stressed, they haven't grown in 2 years. They did not grow in 2 years. And it wasn't until mom came in, they've been seeing me for a year, and mom comes in and says, we're giving you the bill because my kids have grown 4 sizes. We can't keep clothes on them. We're spending money left and right on these kids that are buying clothes because they're just growing out of them really quick. So great story, but why does that happen? And why does the allergies happen? And how did I get? Because I was curious. I was like, why am I not having no problems with allergies anymore? And it turns out we live through our nerves. Our nerves are stressed. Our nerves run our entire body. So if the nervous system is overactive, so is our immune system. If I'm allowed to say that on Facebook, kind of getting censored for that, but I don't care. Because if the nervous system is stressed, immune system isn't stressed, and it's working on a high level. So it's oversensitive to little things. Why you say pollen causes allergies? No, it doesn't. Because you know what? Some buddies, they don't have it. Your friends across the street, they don't have allergies. They're not dealing with problems. So we start to see that, just because you have it doesn't mean that pollen causes it. It means that you're not adapting to your environment. There's a perception that the pollen that you're breathing in is going to kill you, so your body wants to get rid of it and have an overreaction to it just as much as fast. We've all been that before. Kids have all done this where, the kids are always having an overreaction and sometimes an over-emotional reaction. And that's what happens to these kids. What happens is their sinuses flare up. The immune system says, I remember you. We didn't like you the last time you came in, so we're just going to start coughing and going into a tizzy, going into everything. And that's what happens to the body because the nervous system is stressed. Now, why is it happening probably more so this year? Well, look at our kids are in their natural environment. A lot of times they're not getting out and doing friends at school. They're not playing sports. They're not engaging with stuff. Hey, Carrie, nice joining you. Thanks for joining me. But they're not engaging as well. And they're getting socially I want to say isolated per se. That's a pretty harsh word. But let's face it, they're not getting out and play with their friends like they used to. And they're restricted. And they're not able to do that. And there's guarded. We're not living as human beings right now as we should because we are not engaging as life. And we're getting cooped up inside of a house, being refiltered and recycled air a lot all the time and doing homework. where they're at the desk, their posture's poor, you're down like this, it starts to have an effect as well. So that's my niche. So when you have a nervous system that's stressed out, particularly there's two parts of the nervous system that I'm talking about. Your autonomic nervous system, your automatic response is there. And by the way, Kerry, hubby just pulled in, so I'm going to wave hi to him. He's here. He's doing his work. So, it's your nervous system getting overstressed. You have a hot and a cold, and it's the hot one that gets so turned up that your body just, it's like a hot lever and a cold lever in your shower. The hot gets so turned up that it starts to irritate you. It starts to bug you. And not only that, the cold gets turned down. So it becomes real hot. You become really sensitive to the shower, just like your nervous system. You got a sympathetic, that's the hot. You got a parasympathetic, that's the cool. They have to be dialed in. Nice and easy. So they're automatic, what's comfortable for you. And when there's balance in your nervous system, there's balance in your immune system, there's balance in your digestive system, there's balance emotionally as well, where these kids are getting balanced emotionally. And the increased stress is going to cause them to get stuck in stress, and they get stuck there, and it creates habits, and our body starts to learn these habits too. And I'm willing to bet that these kids that are having allergies, you start to look at their posture. And their posture, their shoulders become round, their head comes forward. They're like this all day long. But not only that, the stress causes their body to kind of fold and protect themselves, getting in the fetal position as well. So I know that kids are suffering right now. I know that some of them you parents are like, I don't want my kid to go anywhere. And that's perfectly fine, because if you're protective of your kids like that, I would be too. All right? But the problem is, this doesn't go away. This doesn't go away because it's a habit that they learn, and it keeps progressing and progressing and progressing and progressing. So these allergies start to take hold, and they go away. I know the easy fix is Claritin or some other stuff. They give you a shot and it goes away, but some of these kids are just dealing with stuff night after night after night. Later starts turning into asthma because the bronchial tubes will start closing up, and that's what has an effect. But we have to look at the cause. Now, I know medicine's one cause, and I know if it gets to the point of asthma, your kid has an asthma attack, my gosh, there's nothing worse to seeing that as your kid's struggling and you can't do anything about it. That's devastating. That would be devastating. But what are we going to do in the meantime? And why do we say, hey, why do they have this? Why do they have the allergies? We have to ask that question. Why is their body not responding to their environment the way it should be? It's because their nervous system is not perceiving the environment the way it should be as well. So, hey, this might be new to you. This might be something, wow, I never thought of it that way. I never thought of that chiropractic could help these kids with allergies and asthma. Yep, got a book full over there, Help Fair Share, and myself included, that I've had a lot of success with that, where I can go out and breathe and go out and just run and just be me again. So I don't have to worry about not going outside. So if this sounds like your kid, or if you want to have any questions, want some answers, by all means, I'm here to help you as well. You take care of yourselves, get outside and play. Hopefully this ends soon, and get some sunshine when it does come around. And enjoy. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Take care. Bye-bye.